Hello guys, welcome. I'm Melissa. Today's video is all about my Alocasia Micholitziana and I'm going to be upsizing her. I also have a smaller version of her. It's like her bottom cut that I want to upsize as well, and I might do one of the variegated ones. It's just going to be like an Alocasia frydek day, I guess. I did mention in a recent video that I was concerned that she wasn't getting enough nutrients, and I kind of later found out after examining a little bit more that I think she's just root bound. I have her in like a 7-inch planter and I don't think she's got enough room to grow, so I think she's responding with some yellowing, and her newest leaf was a little bit smaller. I just started using liquid fertilizer on her because the PON that I use is lechuza, and I was just letting the lechuza fertilizer fertilize this plant for the first like 6 months. So I may have started fertilizing her a little bit late, so that was probably my fault, but the closer I look at her, I feel like she's probably just root bound. So I'm hoping the upsize is going to help this plant and not make her stress. Her growth has slowed significantly, which I think it could be just this time of year. It has gotten a lot colder in my plant room, so I think that might be contributing, because over the summer it's so warm in here, my plants just go bonkers. I have several corms that are popping off of here too, so I might pull some off while we upsize, and I'll probably plant those in stratum in like a little seedling container. I did go onto Amazon and purchase a planter. So this was expensive. This is my first planter from lechuza, and I didn't want to pay that much for this planter. But the ones that I was looking at wasn't that much cheaper in this size, so I feel like I might as well just go with the lechuza brand and pay a little bit more. These ones here are like knockoff brands, I guess. There's a couple different kinds that I use, and this is like a pack of 3 for like $27 or $28, which isn't bad. But this lechuza pot was over 50 bucks, which is so much money for a pot. But it is my Alocasia Micholitziana, and I want her to be happy, and I want her to be in a good home. And I feel like this upsize is huge, but I feel like she'll be able to stay in here for a while. And like I said, I just want her to be big and happy and beautiful and growing. And yeah, so I went all out for her. So I haven't used, like I said, I haven't used a lechuza pot before, but I want to give you the actual dimensions. I don't know what that means. What is this? This is on the inside, but I don't know what this is. That's cool. I didn't know it came with a little bag of PON, that they threw that in there, because that's definitely not going to be enough to fill this huge thing up. I do have a huge bag of lechuza PON, a 12 liter, which will probably take up majority of this space. I'll probably just save this. And what is this whole situation? Let me move this. There's so many parts. I might need to pause to figure out what the heck, how this gets put together. okay. I guess that wasn't too bad. I wonder why this doesn't come like pre-done already. It's just so wobbly. It's just so weird that it's so loose. Because these are like secure and snug. I guess once you have the PON in here, it's not going to be loose, I'm assuming. I don't know. It shows you pouring water into this little part over here is where you put the water in at. There's like a growing in phase where you just water this. You don't add any in here yet. And it says 12 weeks. And then you water here and it says 2 to 10 days. Dry phase. Drain plug. Oh, there's like a drain plug on the bottom of it. I guess you can that comes out, but you can drain it. I wanted a 10-inch, but I believe this is like an 11-inch if I'm remembering correctly. So yeah, it's quite a bit of an upsize, but I didn't want to go up just like a little bit and then have to go up again in like a couple months, you know. Hopefully she'll be able to stay in here for a long time. At least that's the plan. So I have a little bucket, and so I've never really upsized a plant in PON before. I did initially put her into a little like 5-inch one, and then I upsized her to the 7-inch. So it wasn't that much of an upsize. I was trying to ask my Instagram what to do with the actual fertilizer aspect, because I don't want to like overdo it since I'm adding so much fresh PON that comes with fertilizer. Lechuza apparently does make some without fertilizer, but since mine does have it, I didn't want to like over fertilize. But I got kind of some mixed answers. Some people said that they continue to fertilize. Some people say they do it at a lower dose, and then some other people say they wait like a month or two and then they start fertilizing. I think what I'll do is start fertilizing, just go ahead and have the liquid in there. That way the plant isn't going to be lacking any nutrients, and if it's too much then I'll just back off. But I think that's what I'll do. So I really am only going to try and just get this container off. I don't really want to disturb her too much. This is freaking heavy, by the way, too. Oh my gosh, this thing is huge. Oh, there we go. There's some roots that are torn off. Whoops. Wow, look at that root system. That's crazy. Do you see that big honker corm right there? So I can say it's probably definitely wanting an upsize, and it was definitely probably wanting more nutrients. I'm gonna pull this honker off because that's huge. So those, oh shoot, those that use PON like regularly, I'm just gonna pull some of these big ones off up top too. Are you fertilizing, or not fertilizing, are you, what are you doing with the old PON? Do you mess with this at all? Are you like putting in all fresh PON? I don't plan on messing with this because I don't want to stress her. I'm just going to do a plop and fill. And I feel like I read somewhere that lechuza PON is good for like minimum 2 years. So I don't, oh my gosh, look at that corm. Do you see the size of that thing? That is the largest corm I have ever seen in my entire life. Holy heck, look at that. That is huge. But yeah, just let me know what you do. Like, if I should be removing some of this and adding fresh, let me know. But I don't plan on, oh my gosh, I don't plan on doing that. Oh, there's so many huge corms. There's so many. I'm getting PON everywhere, and this thing is so heavy. This is an arm workout. Okay, I'm gonna sit her down for a minute. I'm kind of mad that these roots came right off. Are they rotted? Or did I just accidentally pull them? I think I just accidentally pulled them. Whoops. So let me put some PON in the bottom of this thing first, because I want to elevate her up so that not so many roots are like at the bottom. You know, I'd rather it sit on a good chunk layer of PON. Okay, I have a good amount of PON in here, and like half of this is the water, the black reservoir thing too, so let me see if that's enough. I honestly think I could put a little bit more in there. Okay, I think that is a good amount. And I have so much to fill in, you guys. Oh my gosh, this is such a massive project. Yeah, I have a lot to fill in here. You guys, this pot is huge. Like, oh my goodness, this is gonna weigh so much. This is definitely sitting on the floor now. I love how this looks though. I guess this thing has to be loose because when you go to add water in here, you need to like be able to open it. Wow, that is massive. I really hope she's gonna be happy in here. I think this is definitely needed. I feel like it was a good upsize. It's definitely a little big, but she's gonna grow into it. Yeah, look at her. She is gonna shine now. What I'm gonna do, I need to change my battery. I'm going to, I have my water ready to go here. I have my Foliage Pro in here. I'm just going to add a little bit to moisten it. And I just have to add a couple of my pH down drops in here because I was letting this fertilizer sit before I adjust it. And then I'll be back on to water her, and then we'll move on to the smaller Micholitziana. But I'm gonna clean this little pond mess up real quick. And I'm gonna save these corms to do last because I'm sure my other one might have some. And then we'll move on to the variegated one. Okay, I got my mess somewhat cleaned up. Any pond that I am, this was off the top. I'm just gonna end up sterilizing this, but I'm gonna dump all the plants that I'm upsizing today into here, and then whatever's left I'll just boil and sterilize. I'm still laughing at this ginormous corm over here. It's just so funny how huge that thing is. So let me put this down. Okay, I'm gonna add a few drops of my pH down. I adjust my pH whether I'm using PON or not. I know the zeolites act as a pH buffer, but I still feel like I have to adjust it, so I'd rather just adjust it. And I, again, am deciding to go ahead and add the Foliage Pro in here. I was gonna do it at half strength, but I already added it in there, so I'm just like, whatever. I'm just gonna go ahead and use it. So I have this massive, massive pot to water. Oh my goodness. She looks really good in here though. Like her size, I feel like this pot is huge. She'll definitely be growing into it.
Wait a minute. I just realized something.
So these lechuza planters don't have an inner cache pot. You know, because these ones, the one that she was in, has an inner cache pot that you just lift out. And this one doesn't have that. So I can't like lift her up out of here. So in order for me to take this plant out, I'm gonna have to like completely dump her out. That's interesting though. I like lifting them up, and how am I supposed to flush this? I guess I could flush her from the top, like water and then tilt her over to let it drain out. I don't know if I like not having a cache pot. Ugh. I definitely feel like I need more water. Okay, I think that's all I'm gonna do. It is just slowly increasing the little meter. It's like slowly past them in. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I don't know how I feel about not having a cache pot. I'm just so used to having that and relying on picking them up. I feel like she's gonna appreciate that. I might start spraying her with silica. I had started spraying some of my plants with silica, and I haven't decided if I'm gonna keep doing it as a foliar spray or add it into my water. I'm not sure yet. Yeah, we're gonna let her sit in here. I shouldn't have to water her for a while. I'm gonna let this completely like dry up in here and kind of situate, let her settle in. I didn't mess with her too much, so I feel like hopefully she'll be okay and not shock, but time will only tell. Next one. So this is her bottom chunk. And I have 4 like main growth points. There's 4 stems in here that came off the chunk in the middle. And I just recently tied the vines up a little bit better. I did this when I was doing my watering the other night with the fertilizer, so it looks a little bit more neat, and before they were kind of flopped a little bit more. But her reservoir here is pretty small, and I did this back in June, so I feel like it's time. So I just cleaned this one out, and this is what my other one was in. This was a little bit annoying to clean because the little slots down in there, the roots and stuff got stuck in there, so I had to take my shears and kind of just like get in there, and it just like pulled a little clump of roots up out of there. And it's kind of stained from my, I guess, just like salt deposits and stuff, but I washed it out really good. So yeah, we are going to upsize her into this one. Yeah, same thing. I have a lot of roots down in here. I probably waited a little too long to upsize these, honestly. So I have to be more mindful. Yeah, I feel like there's probably not a way to get the roots out of there very easily without breaking some, but I think it'll be okay. Oh, this one I did add a little perlite in. I forgot about that. When I first did PON, I wasn't sure how to, if I should amend it or not. So I do have some chunky perlite. I feel like I have a little bit of rotted roots here. I don't know if I'm upsizing these right. Am I supposed to like clean off anything rotted? I don't know if I paid that much attention to her roots to see how much of rot was going on. I mean, there's not really a lot. I mean, there's some, but there's so much healthy root. These are the two plants that are the oldest in PON, so I'm just not sure what to expect long term. Oops, I don't mean to throw all this trash in there because I need to save this PON. Okay, sit her down. Honestly, this isn't much of an upsize. I think I just need to look at getting some 10-inch planters. I think going from a 5 to a 7 isn't much of an improvement. I also don't plan on buying a ton of lechuza planters because, like I said, they're expensive. I just need to search longer. I feel like if I can find a good 10-inch planter that has the inner liner, I feel like I'd rather have the inner liner. I don't like not knowing what's underneath my plants. I'll probably keep the water level closer to the lower side right now, and then I'll check these a little bit later. Maybe in like 5 or 6 days, because since they did get upsized, I feel like their roots aren't going to take it up as quickly, because when they were root bound, they drunk the water up a lot faster, if that makes sense. I do have, I think, one. I really wouldn't want to repot or upsize my El Choco that's in PON, but I have a couple crawlers that I think are ready for PON, so I might have a crawler upsize day. Even though the El Choco isn't necessarily a crawler, I do have like some other philodendron I want to do in PON, so I might wait and upsize that one for that video. All right, this one is all done. I added a new grow light too, so I like that she's kind of facing kind of more all one direction. She's not nearly as large as the other one, but this one definitely has more leaves because there's 4 vines or offshoots growing, whereas the other one is just one. But yeah, I hope she's happier and this one's happier. This one didn't do too much yellowing because I feel like maybe this one wasn't as stressed or as root bound, but I'm hoping the new growth that comes in on her is happier. I'm a little sad that she's got kind of some yellowing going on. So yeah, I'm very curious how they're gonna do now. So yeah, let's do one of our frydeks. I don't think I need to do both of them because one hasn't been in this one for that long, but the other one has been in there the longest. So I think that one I'm gonna upsize to the planter this size. Okay. So these are a new 7-inch. Yeah, I remember when I did the unboxing for this, I wasn't sure how this one was set up. It's a little bit different. Oh, it has a little ball. What the heck? Is that supposed to be in there? yeah, so we have another self-watering. I'm probably not gonna buy this particular kind again. So for the variegated ones, I have this one, and then I have this one here. This one here I did first, and they both got a little sad moving them out of my cabinet. New growth has been small. Like this new leaf here is really small on the main vine compared to these. And again, I had some sad growth, like this leaf here is yellowing. And I don't know if it's a light issue, again, because they were in my cabinet. I don't know if they're just responding to this time of year, if they're unhappy with the fertilizer. I don't know. It's like bugging me. Well, this one's definitely root bound because look, at the same situation again, because I freaking waited too long. So, you know, this one looks like it potentially could be upsized as well. Maybe I should just do them both into here. Like, I have more of these. Maybe I should just do one and go ahead and do the other one. All right, let's look at the root system. I see some honker corms. I see 3 giant corms of the variegated one. I mean, she's not overly rooted. I do see a little rot going on. But I don't know, is like some rot expected when you do, or this could be just like old rot from when I first put them into PON, you know, too. And they just haven't cleaned it up yet. I'm gonna pull these giant, huge variegated corms. Look at that. These variegated corms are huge. 1, 2, 3. 4. So like now I'm wondering, should I be cleaning these old roots off? I probably should, shouldn't I? Like, oh, here's another one. Oh my gosh. 5. I'm kind of just wanting to look for more corms now. Here's another giant one. Wow. Okay. Oh, where'd it go? That one's not as big. Oh, here's another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 corms. 8. Oh. 9. 9 variegated corms. Oh, here's another big honker. Oh my goodness. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and put her in the larger container because I think her root system calls for it. I mean, they look pretty healthy. There is some rot, so I don't know like what's to be expected, you know, with using PON. Am I keeping it too moist? Am I not letting it dry out? But I feel like if I let it go too dry, won't the shock of like watering again cause rot? I don't know. Those of you who are more experienced in PON, I don't know. I don't know what to expect, I guess, if you have any other advice. I'm shocked at all the corms. I bet you this other one has some then. I feel like the corms are like on steroids. They're so big. I've never had corms that large before. I can't like lift them up by this because I just put them in here. They're not rooted, so I can't grab them like that. I don't like these pots. I feel like I don't like the meter thing in this one. I don't know. All right, so this one hasn't upsized. Hopefully I didn't stress it. I don't know why it seems unhappy. I don't feel like it was terribly rooted, but maybe it was. I think that maybe, and just the transition from being out of my cabinet with lower light and everything. So hoping that one's okay. So I might as well just go ahead and do this one too, since it's here. And I feel like, yeah, there's too many roots down there. I feel like I should just upsize it. Let's just take a peek. I already see a big sucker right here. Oh, there's another big sucker right here. See, I feel like this one has a lot of roots. Oh. I don't really see rot though. I'm gonna have so many variegated frydeks. I love finding all these juicy corms. It's so satisfying. Okay, I think that's all the corm digging I'm gonna do. I don't wanna like take too much of this away. Wait, is that another big one? Oh, there's another big one. Okay, we're just going to plop in here. Okay. Here is the other variegated frydek. I feel like my frydeks are just kind of sad right now, so I'm hoping this, I don't know, I'm hoping this just helps with them. Giving this a water through. Okay, I'll check them again this weekend. I didn't do a ton of water in these. So that is that. Oh my gosh. I feel like this video is getting extremely long now. So I'm gonna clean these out, these containers. And this is all the PON that I have that I'm going to boil and sanitize. How many variegated corms do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I have 21 variegated corms. And then I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of the regular Micholitziana. So I used to peel my corms. The ones that are like mostly white, I'm not gonna peel, but there's some that are extremely dark. But I've stopped peeling them because I feel like they'll still sprout. They might just take a little bit longer. And then they have the calcium oxalate crystals, which can be very irritating if you get that on your skin, which even handling corms for some people can be like extremely irritating. So I feel like since this video is getting kind of long, what I'm gonna do is just get this cleaned up, and then I'm gonna get a few containers of these since I have so many corms. And I'm gonna fill this with my stratum. That's what I use to propagate these in, and just stick them in here. And then I'll kind of show you what I did and show you their final setup. And then yeah, I'll keep you updated on how they're doing here and the progress of them all. Here's the alocasias. I tried to put them back in the same spot. I just need a new stand now because that one won't fit since I upsized the planter. I was gonna put that one on the floor, but it's just so wide I couldn't. So the big lechuza planter is on that stand down there. It's just huge. So she's in the back. This one is on a lower stand, and then that one's on one of those ones. So I'm definitely gonna have to get another stand because that one's a little bit further away from light, and I feel like it's gonna be unhappy if I leave it there. And this room is, I have another shelf in here now. I just have to go through and manage all these propagations. But here's the corms that I just did. But I do know this one, I believe, is all variegated, and then these 2 rows are variegated, and then those 2 back there are the green ones. And I remember because that big honker corm back there was from the regular green. So I think I did mostly the green in those back 2 rows. So I'll have a lot of variegated corms. Like I said, I think I counted like 21. Oh no. So yeah, I'm gonna leave these with the lid closed so that they get really good humidity, and they're under the Barina light, so they should be fine. I could add a heating tray, a heating mat here if I had one, and it would definitely help with growth, but I feel like they'll still sprout in some time, maybe like 3-4 weeks usually. And yeah, I'll keep an eye on them, and I'll have a bunch of Alocasia Micholitziana and variegated one. Hi, Chichai. So yeah, I have a lot to do in here. I have a lot of props and everything to manage because I just put the shelf up and it's already full. I feel like I need a third one now. So yeah, I have a lot going on in here. So thank you so much for watching. I'll definitely keep you updated on them, and yeah, just hoping that they tolerate the repot and they liked it. If you have any questions or any like other advice, you know, with PON for me, just let me know down below. And I really hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you again here very soon.